Hello students, this is Dr. Dakshayani, Assistant Professor from Department of Zoology, Maharani Science College for Women, Bengaluru. Students, in this session, let us study the evolution of kidney in different classes of vertebrates under comparative anatomy. The contents as follows: Introduction, Development and Evolution of Kidney, and types of kidneys in vertebrates. Comparative anatomy. It is the branch of biology and it deals with the comparative study of the body structures or the organ systems of different species or classes of animals in order to understand the adaptive changes that they have undergone in the course of evolution from their common ancestors. It is also the study of similarities and differences in the anatomy of different species, and it is closely related to evolutionary biology and phylogeny, which means the evolution of species. Hence, it can be defined as the comparative anatomy is the comparative studies of the anatomy of different animal species to understand the course of evolution from their common ancestors by analyzing the undergone adaptive changes. When you see the evolution of vertebrates, of course, it is a fascinating story which is weaved in terms of the external osmotic environment in which various classes have evolved, where freshwater, marine and terrestrial habitats poses different problems for the maintenance of internal water balance and the excretion of nitrogenous waste. And it is the excretory system in the body which regulates the chemical composition of body fluids by removing metabolic waste and retaining the proper amount of water, salts and nutrients. All vertebrates have kidneys and they are made of many nephrons. But there are many differences in the structure and function of various vertebrate kidneys that adapt them to the environment in which the animals live. In that way, the evolution of kidney in vertebrates illustrates how different types of kidney represent successful evolutionary responses to these environmental pressures, and so many variations in the evolution of the kidney which are correlated with these environmental factors. Variations in the structure of the vertebrate kidney from fishes to mammals are mainly in the nature of alterations in their number, complexities, arrangement and location of the kidney tubules. Let us see the development and evolution of kidneys in vertebrates. During the development of embryo, the embryonic mesoderm is differentiated into three regions: the upper segmented dorsal epimere, the middle small lateral mesomere or the intermediate mesomere, and the lower unsegmented ventrolateral hypomere. The kidney in all vertebrates is originated from the intermediate mesoderm or the mesomere, and the mesomere which form the kidney is called as nephrogenic mesoderm. The anterior mesomere forms the nephrotomes. The posterior mesomere forms the nephrogenic card. The small coelomic spaces present between the nephrostomes are joined by peritoneal cavity, which in turn connects to the general body coelom called Planckno's. The functional peritoneal canal and the openings together is called as nephrostomes, which are found ciliated. As you can see in the second picture, the kidney as a whole is made up of two elements, the kidney duct and the kidney tubules. The kidney tubules are called as nephrons or the uriniferous tubules. They are the evolutionary modifications of the nephridia and they are said to be the functional units of kidney. There are actually three types of nephrons in different species of vertebrates. And the distribution of the three types of nephrons among vertebrates is correlated with the environmental factors. The first type is considered to be the most primitive, which is found in the amphibians, freshwater bony fishes, and in some elasmobranchs, where they possess large renal corpuscles in order to eliminate the high amount of water to avoid over dilution of their internal fluids. The second type is found in many marine teleodes and in some reptiles, where they live in high salinity medium and hence possess small sized corpuscles to eliminate the excess of salt and to conserve the high amount of water in their body. The third type is present in birds and mammals, where there is a complex tubule and the presence of loop of Henle, which results in the absorption of much of the water, and the final product is relatively concentrated, called urine. Coming to the vertebrate kidneys and ducts. In vertebrates, there is a pair of compact kidneys which are found lying dorsal to the body coelom, one on either side of the vertebral column. When you see the basic structure of kidney, each kidney is made up of number of uriniferous tubules, or they are also called as nephrons. But their number, complexity and arrangement is found to be different in different groups of vertebrates. As we all know that uriniferous tubules are arised from the intermediate mesoderm, which is called as nephrotome, which extends on each side along the entire length of the body in between upper segmental mesoderm and the lower lateral mesoderm. Uriniferous tubules develop from the nephrotome in a sequence starting from the anterior end, and they are segmental in arrangement with one pair of uriniferous tubules for each body segment. When you observe the structure of an embryonic kidney tubule, each uriniferous tubule shows three parts: a ciliated peritoneal funnel near the proximal end of the tubule, which opens into the splanchnocoele by a nephrostome or the coelomostome. The second part is the convoluted ciliated tubule opening into a longitudinal collecting duct, which in turn runs laterally and opens into the cloaca. And the third part is the Malpighian body or the renal corpuscle. The Malpighian body has a double-walled Bowman's capsule enclosing a network of the blood capillaries called the glomerulus, where the filtration of blood takes place. At embryonic stage, All these uriniferous tubules are smaller in size and they are segmentally arranged. But in adult, the uriniferous tubules are elongated and coiled so that their segmental arrangement is lost and they become enclosed in a connective tissue capsule to form a kidney. Coming to the archinephros type of kidney, which is known as the ancestral kidney because it was found in the ancestor vertebrates. Archinephros type of kidneys are derived from the entire mesomere or the intermediate mesoderm, where the entire mass of nephrogenic tissues forms the kidney. The ancestral vertebrates had a pair of kidneys running through the entire length of the body coelom, and each kidney had segmentally arranged tubules, one pair per body segment. Each tubule opened separately into the body coelom by a peritoneal funnel and nephrostome, and at each peritoneal funnel there was an external glomerulus which was found suspended in the body coelom. All the tubules of each kidney opened into a common longitudinal duct which is called as archinephric duct. In the larval hagfishes, the kidney is actually archinephros type. As the embryo elongates, the kidney also elongates. The tubules with closed nephrostomes and the renal corpuscles develop towards the posterior end of the body. Hence, this type of kidney in the larvae of hagfishes is called as holonephros, where this is a temporary stage and is later replaced by the mesonephric type of kidney in adults. Glomerulus is the network of blood capillaries in the path of an arteriole, and it is the region where the metabolic wastages, the water and the ions are removed from the blood. The glomerulus could be internal or external with respect to their position in the body coelom. If the glomerulus is said to be external glomerulus, where the glomerulus is found suspended in the body coelom and surrounded by the peritoneum, where the filtrate collected is discharged into the coelom, which is then collected by the nephrostome that opens into the tubule, and the tubule then leads into the collecting duct. You can observe in the diagram. In the second diagram, it shows the internal glomerulus. If it is said to be internal glomerulus, where the glomerulus is encircled by a Bowman's capsule of a uriniferous tubule, and together they form the renal corpuscles. The glomerulus is embedded within the dorsal body wall. The inner lining of the Bowman's capsule is in close contact with the glomerulus, and the filtrate is collected between the two walls of the Bowman's capsule and it passes into the tubule. And this type of internal glomerulus is found in fishes and amphibians. Let us understand the basic plan of vertebrate kidney. It is believed that the different types of kidneys would have originated as a result of successive development of different regions of the archinephros, where the basic plan of the kidney in all vertebrates is the same, but the variations in different classes from fishes to mammals are in the number and the arrangement of glomeruli and in the complexities associated with the uriniferous tubules. In vertebrates, uriniferous tubules develop anterior-posteriorly in 2 or 3 stages in succession. That means the kidneys take their origin from the nephrotome of the embryo, and depending upon the part of the nephrotome forming the kidney is called as pronephros, mesonephros and metanephros. If the kidney is formed from the anterior-most region of the nephrotome, it is called as pronephros. Example, hagfishes and few teleodes. If the kidney is formed from the region right behind the pronephros, then it is called the mesonephros. Example, fishes and amphibians. If the kidney is formed from the posterior part of the nephrotome behind the region of the mesonephros, it is called the metanephros. Example, reptiles, birds and mammals. Pronephros type of kidney. Pronephros type of kidney is the most primitive and present only in the embryonic development of all vertebrates, and it is not functional in adults. It is functional in some larval cyclostomes, hence it is also known as the larval kidney. The pronephros kidney arises from the anterior-most region of the nephrogenic mesoderm or the nephrotome. The embryonic tubules arising first in this region are called as pronephric tubules. There are about 13 tubules, and the tubules that are segmentally arranged, one pair of tubule in each anterior segment. The tubules have a glomerulus in nephrostome that opens into the coelom and a pronephric duct that collects the waste from the tubules and opens to the exterior. The kidney tubule is most primitive, and the glomerula may be external, and the nephrostome opens into the body coelom. In pronephros type of kidney, the pronephric duct is just a duct for excretion, and it does not transport gametes. The gametes in hagfishes are sent out through the pores from the body cavity, and in teleodes the gametes are sent out through mesenteric folds that serves as gonoducts. Coming to the mesonephros type of kidney, it is the kidney of anamniotes because it is functional in the lower vertebrates, which are especially aquatic vertebrates that lays eggs in water, and these eggs does not possess extra embryonic membranes such as amniotic sac or the yolk sac, etc. After the development of the pronephric tubules, the additional tubules are formed from the nephrogenic tubules posterior to the pronephric kidney. These are the mesonephric tubules that are also segmentally arranged. The mesonephric tubules gives rise to the mesonephric kidney or the Wolffian body. These tubules establish a connection with the pronephric duct that becomes the mesonephric duct. The mesonephros consists of large number of tubules that drain into the mesonephric or Wolffian duct. The mesonephric kidney is said to be better developed than the pronephros because it consists of many tubules and the glomeruli are enclosed in a Bowman's capsule to form a renal capsules. In some, the mesonephros type of kidney is retained as the functional organ for excretion. Example, lampreys, adult fishes and amphibians. In some, the mesonephros kidney appears as a temporary structure in the embryos of reptiles, birds and mammals. In sharks and caecilians, the mesonephric tubules extend posteriorly throughout the length of the body coelom. They become large and extended to the entire length of the body cavity, and this type of kidney is called as opisthonephros. The mesonephric duct is also called the Wolffian duct. The mesonephric duct, unlike the pronephric duct, it has a dual function where in fishes and amphibians it is not only carries the excretory waste in both the sexes but also functions as the gonoduct in males, where it helps to transport sperms to the exterior, and this is because the anterior uriniferous tubules are no longer excretory in function but take up a reproductive function. When you observe the first picture, in anamniotes, the anterior portion of the mesonephric kidney comes to serve the male genital system and the posterior part as renal organ. This anterior portion loses its peritoneal funnels and Malpighian bodies, and its uriniferous tubules loses excretory function and forms vas efferentia, which become continuous with the seminiferous tubules of the adjacent testis. Therefore, the mesonephric kidney of adult anamniotes has an anterior genital portion and a posterior renal portion, where the mesonephric duct is a urinogenital duct in male and it serves both as urinary duct for urine and as a vas deferens for sperms. Observe the second picture. In female anamniotes, a coelomic funnel is formed from the nephrotome that grows back to form a groove on each side of the body, and this groove becomes closed to form a tube known as oviduct or the Mullerian duct, which lies on the outer side of the mesonephric duct and runs backwards to join the cloaca, where a Mullerian duct also appears in the males, but it is suppressed by androgens and it soon becomes vestigial. Hence, there are two ducts present in females on each side female anamniotes, a Mullerian duct which is acting as a oviduct, and a mesonephric duct serving as a ureter. The metanephros type of kidney, which is called as kidney of amniotes, in which the vertebrates possess amniotic sac like membranes that encases embryos. The metanephros kidneys arises posterior to the mesonephric kidney, where the tubules are arised after the mesonephric tubules from the caudal end of the nephrogenic mesoderm, where the development of the metanephric kidney begins as a metanephric bud that arises from the caudal end of the mesonephric duct, and the bud is surrounded by the nephrogenic mesoderm. This bud grows posteriorly, pulling down the nephrogenic mesoderm along with it, and the adult metanephric duct therefore is formed from the displaced nephrogenic mesoderm. And the kidney is now more posterior and lateral in position compared to the mesonephros. The stalk that connects the metanephros with the embryonic mesonephric duct becomes the ureter, and the end of the stalk give rise to the collecting tubules within the kidney. And this type of kidney, that is metanephric kidney, is found in all amniotes, that is the reptiles, the birds and the mammals. The kidneys of the reptiles and some mammals are lobed, and in snakes and lizards it is elongated to fit into their slender body, and the kidneys of the birds are accommodated in the space within the sacrum and ileum, and the mammalian kidney is bean shaped and it lies on either side of the vertebral column. When you see the structure of the metanephric tubule, it is the S-shaped with renal or Malpighian corpuscles made up of double-walled Bowman's capsule enclosing a glomerulus, and the tubule is made up of the proximal and the distal parts, which are connected by a U-shaped loop that is called loop of Henle. When you see the structure of a metanephric kidney, the kidneys are bean-shaped organs with a convex outer surface end and a concave inner surface, a thin capsule of connective tissue called the renal capsule which covers the kidneys. In the middle of the inner or concave surface is the hilux, the region at which the renal artery enters, the renal vein and the ureter leaves. The kidney is divided into two distinct regions, an outer cortex and an inner medulla. The cortex is more granular and the medulla looks more striated. The medulla surrounds an area called the renal sinus, and the renal sinus contains the renal pelvis. The funnel-shaped extensions called the calyces. The renal pelvis continues as ureter. The metanephric kidney is made up of numerous excretory units called the nephrons. The nephrons are closely packed in a stroma of connective tissues and a mesh of blood capillaries. Each nephron is divisible into a Malpighian corpuscle and a tubular Bowman's capsule containing a network of capillaries called the glomerulus. The tubular part is divided into the proximal convoluted tubule, the descending limb, the loop of Henle, the ascending limb, and the distal convoluted tubule. This picture shows the formation of urinary duct and genital duct separately in amniotes. In male amniotes, the adult functional kidneys are metanephros, where each has its own ureter for conducting urine. Hence, the persistent mesonephric duct is taken by the testis and becomes an entirely genital vas deferens, where its upper end is greatly coiled and forms a compact structure called the epididymis. In reptiles, there is a special copulatory organs present for the transfer of sperms into the female body. In ducks and geese, a single penis-like structure present, and it is derived from the anterior ventral wall of the cloaca. Where in mammals, the testes are either situated posteriorly in the body or they are outside the body cavity in a sac called the scrotum. In certain species, testes are descended into the scrotal sac only during the breeding season, and males possess a single penis in which and in monotremes it is present on the floor of the cloaca. In female amniotes, the development of mesonephric and Mullerian ducts is the same as in anamniotes, but the adult kidneys are metanephros type of kidneys, each with its own ureter. Hence, mesonephros and its duct degenerate, leaving only the vestiges. The Mullerian duct act as an oviduct, and the metanephric duct act as a ureter on each side. In most vertebrates, an oviduct is not differentiated into parts, and the two oviducts remain separate and open into the cloaca. But in mammals, each oviduct is differentiated into a narrow anterior fallopian tube and a wide posterior uterus. Urinary system. In most vertebrates, there is a bag-like structure called the urinary bladder, serving as a reservoir for urine. In some fishes, the bladder is formed by an enlargement of the terminal parts of mesonephric ducts and is used for temporary storage of urine. Whereas in amphibians, the urinary bladder is derived as a diverticulum from the ventral wall of the cloaca, and it is lined with the endoderm and is called as cloacal bladder, where the urine therefore first passes from the ducts of the kidneys into the cloacal chamber. From there, it is then forced into the bladder for storage. And many reptiles also possess urinary bladder like that of the amphibians, and it is an outgrowth from the ventral wall of the cloaca. And it is lacking in crocodiles and snakes and some lizards. And birds do not possess the urinary bladder except in ostrich. In mammals, except monotremes, the ureters open directly into the bladder that opens outside through a short, narrow tube called the urethra. The cloaca is not found in mammals, but it is present in monotremes. To conclude, the kidney shows variations in their development in different classes of vertebrates. In the lower vertebrates, like the hagfishes and few teleodes, the kidneys are pronephric. In the other fishes and amphibians, the kidneys are mesonephric and they are better developed. In reptiles and birds and mammals, the kidneys are metanephric, which are highly developed, shows complex and specialization. The ducts of the kidneys also show the differences in their functions. The pronephric duct is just an excretory duct. The mesonephric duct is both the gonoduct and an excretory duct. The ureters are useful in mammals as urinogenital ducts. The development of additional structures like urinary bladder is seen in most vertebrates except in birds, snakes and crocodiles. Students, hope you could understand the concept of evolution of kidney in different classes of vertebrates under comparative anatomy. Let us answer few multiple choice questions for short recap. The functional unit of vertebrate kidney is archinephros, pronephros, metanephros or the nephron. The answer is D. The functional unit of kidney is the nephrons. Archinephros type of kidney is found in fishes, reptiles, larval cyclostomes or in amphibia. Archinephros type of kidney is found in larval cyclostomes. In sharks and caecilians, the kidney is known as opisthonephros, archinephros, metanephros or the pronephros. Yes, it is known as opisthonephros. The answer is A. Wolfine body is also known as archinephros, mesonephros, metanephros or the pronephros. The answer is B. Mesonephros. The Mullerian duct is found in anamniotes, male amniotes, female amniotes or none of these. The Mullerian duct is found in female amniotes. The answer is C. These are the few references for you from books and website. Thank you.